Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey there, I'm Bianca.
And we are from Club Sapphire, and it is theme night.
I'm so excited about this theme.
Yes, Mermaids and Seamen.
Yes.
Seamen. Get your heads out of the gutter. Yeah, so this was a theme that we came up with a while ago, and
I think it was mostly me.
probably because
I love mermaids.
She does love mermaids. Like any chance she gets to dress like a mermaid, and she's got all the mermaid stuff all the time. So it was just kind of like this was an event that we wanted to do. So they let us host this, and we're so excited because she loves mermaids, and it was just kind of like, okay, well, how do we get Matt in a theme too?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to get him to wear a merman costume. This was about as close as we could get.
Yes,
so.
and I look like
He wouldn't wear the tail.
I look like the love child between Pat Sajak and Cookie Monster. But that's not a bad look.
Well, can we talk for a second about our shoes?
Sure.
Okay, do you see these shoes he's wearing? Now, check out my shoes. Like, how is this fair? I don't think this is fair.
Well, that's the problems of being a woman. You got to wear all the sexy, uncomfortable outfits. Or I don't even have to put a shirt on.
Right?
And it's funny because the top that you're wearing is not the top that you're wearing to the actual party later.
No.
That one was one of the chain link ones where you can clearly see nipple.
Yeah.
And we're like nobody on YouTube wants to see your nipples.
No, yeah.
So they actually have to come to the party if they want to see your nipples.
Yeah.
So
I wore the one that covers
the PG version.
Yeah.
But costumes are like such a big part of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which is just
dressing up in general.
Yeah, just awesome. And we wanted to talk about themes because themes are just, well, like I said, a big part of it, and you can have so much fun with it.
Right.
Because places like Sapphire, and honestly most clubs, have like their Saturday nights are generally themed. Mm-hmm. And it ranges every possible theme you can think of, from the basic ones of nurse, doctor, and schoolgirl night, which are commonplace and awesome, but also the ones like this one and
Star Wars, 80s night, I mean...
Anything you can think of. Anything you can think of. And they're actually always looking for more. Like if you saw something somewhere or you heard about something or you kind of had an idea. Like the Star Wars event was some friends of ours who are big Star Wars fans, and they said, hey, we want to host a party, and how about Star Wars? So they had that, and they've done it a couple years now, and there are big events. And you have 50 women dressed like Princess Leia in her little bikini thing. But it's about using your imagination, too.
Right.
Because, I was like, with this one, it's like, okay, seamen. That could be a pirate or a sailor or a merman.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, well, let's, I've got this awesome jacket that everybody loves playing with.
I love the jacket, yes.
And so let's just see what we can kind of come up with.
Yeah.
And it actually, I think it works pretty well.
Well, and that's one of the things, too. Like, sometimes people talk about how being in the lifestyle can be kind of expensive and that. There's nothing wrong with taking bits and pieces from different costumes. And, so for this costume, the only thing I really bought was the skirt and the crown and the face piece. I mean, I bought a few things, but I had the top. So like the top.
You had the panties already, right?
Oh, I was supposed to wear panties.
Oh gosh. Oh well. Oh, that's inappropriate. Oops. Oh well, no panties for you. Well, I guess that's one less thing to buy.
Right. Yeah. No, so I had bits and pieces of this costume, and so you can save money by. Being creative. Like you already had the jacket. So we thought, well, what can we do with the jacket to make a costume work in this situation? And so we got to do some really sexy leggings. Some
sexy leggings, and if I don't want to wear these to yoga afterward, I can just give them to you. They won't fit. They won't fit, but I don't know if I'll wear these in public anymore.
You could just wear those to the grocery store, and I think that would be awesome.
Okay.
Dare you, in fact. In fact, I did try to get him to go to the grocery store dressed like this, and he refused.
Before the party night, she's like, oh, alcohol. We need to get some alcohol.
We need to go to the store and get anything.
And I said, oh, you need to go to the store and get something, because I was already blue man group over here.
Yeah, but it's, people will just be like, well, he's kind of fun.
Or crazy, because Halloween isn't for a couple weeks, and so that people might be like, But that's the same type of thing with Halloween, where Halloween is like the swinger the holiday. It's you know, we said it Halloween and New Year's, but Halloween, like for example with Sapphire, it's like 4 nights this year.
Right.
You know, they do like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the actual 31st, which is the middle of the week. And it's so they have so much stuff going on. So you could literally take all your sexy Halloween costumes from the last few years, wear a different one every single night, and come and do that and because I know that a lot of people actually do come to a few different nights for Halloween because they love it so much, because Halloween is just such a fun time to dress sexy and kind of use your imagination, because you know it's funny, we say in the vanilla world that Halloween is like when every woman dresses slutty, but it's like, you know, but if you're in the lifestyle, like you take that level and you bring it way up there, because they, you know, generally on a random Wednesday night party they might be dressing slutty. So
well, our first Halloween in the lifestyle, I think I dressed as a cookie girl, a Girl Scout, and his mom was coming over to watch our kids. And I have, you know, the trench coat that we all wear, right? Because we can't leave the house in your cookie girl costume. And she, I want to see your costume. And I'm like, deer in headlights, like, no, you don't, no. And Matt's like, no, yeah, you really don't want to see it. And she's like, no, take the jacket off. I want to take a picture of you. And I'm just like, and so he goes, you know, girls tend to dress a little slutty on Halloween.
Just warning you, Mom.
It's fine. So I open up my jacket and have this look like, are you fucking kidding me? And she snapped a picture, which I was not prepared for. And recently I saw it somewhere. Like she actually has that photo somewhere. And
I feel like I've seen it too on her wall or something like that. I have it on the wall. I jerk off to it all the time. So, because, you know, I'm sweet that way. But yeah, so dressing up is part of the fun. And so we always recommend, you know, to get into it as much as possible, especially if you're new and you're nervous, because a lot of this, when you're just getting into the lifestyle, is you are a deer in headlights, and you are nervous about having conversations with people about what to talk about. And we've talked about many times in the past of having conversation starters like, oh, that's an amazing tattoo you have, or I love your tie, or whatever it might be. But when it comes to costume nights, then it's much easier, because someone is going to be like, "Oh my God, Bianca, I love your top."
Plus, the confidence, or the costume can also give you a boost of confidence. You know, because it's just totally different from your norm, right? And it's totally outside of what you would wear to work, or on a date with your person. And so, you know, you've got the extra boost of confidence, and then you can walk up to anybody in the room and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's an amazing costume."
Yeah.
You know, where did you get the idea for that, or whatever? And there you go, instant conversation starter.
Exactly. But be forewarned too, because we went to a Star Wars party and someone dressed like Chewbacca with the big furry thing on. The guy was not going to get laid that night because he was very, very sweaty.
I'm pretty sure he didn't really care.
he liked the costume more. But I mean, that's also something to think about, is because at a vanilla Halloween party, especially when it comes to guy costumes, because guy costumes our choices are very limited. If you're just buying them online or you're going to a Halloween store, whatever it might be, that they're usually kind of lame, honestly, to choose from. So you have to, you know, you can just accept that fact and dress that way, or do it make something yourself.
That's the best way to do it, because then too you're not going to walk in and be in the same costume as someone else. You could be in the same theme. Like, we'll probably see a lot of mermaids tonight, and there are probably several people who bought this same skirt, but I've changed it up by wearing a different top with it. Well, and it only came with the skirt, so everybody's going to have to get creative anyways.
Right.
But you know, it's, if you're creating or taking your own spin on a specific costume, then it's going to be different than everybody else's. Exactly.
And we always say to dress to impress. I mean, that's a really, really important thing. And honestly, over the last couple of years that we've been doing these videos, you know, it was probably, I don't know, a year or so ago where I started wearing ties. And we were saying, hey guys, you know, you oftentimes guys, the dress to impress is such a gray area that we haven't seen it at this club, but we've been to a lot of places where a guy would be just like in shorts and a t-shirt or something where it's just like, that's not, you're not impressing anybody with that.
No, that's kind of an instant turnoff for me too.
When everybody's dressed up and someone is dressed
up. Because I've spent so much time and care getting ready, because I find that that's important.
Right.
And if a guy is flirting with me and he's wearing jeans and a t-shirt and shorts or whatever, I'm like, less interested because he didn't take that time.
Yeah.
And you could get all psychological about it too and be like, well, if he didn't take that time to really think about what he was wearing and wearing something nice and impressing,
is he going to take?
Sex gonna be like?
Is he going to take his time with your vagina?
Right. How good is the sex going to be? I mean, these are things that might pop into one's head.
Would that pop in your head?
It might. It might now. It might not have before, right. But now as I'm saying this, it might totally.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you know how for me, like, dressing up is like, for you, lingerie is hot, right? For most men, lingerie is hot. For me, my lingerie is going to be like a nice, well-dressed man, like, tie, it doesn't have necessarily, a suit, hell yeah, or a tuxedo, but, like, dressed up, to me, that's lingerie. Like, at least putting some sort of effort into it.
Whatever that means.
Right. And it doesn't, and it's not across the board for everybody. Everybody has to wear a suit or I'm going to turn you down. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, show the effort that you actually tried. And that's definitely, like, a total turn on. Yeah.
So when I started wearing the suits and ties, or not the suits, but ties, dress shirt, looking nicer, doing that compared to just a collared shirt, which I had done, which was always dressed to impress, but like I brought it up a level, and then I started doing it on these videos, and people have actually seen me at the club, and they're wearing suits and ties, and they're like, I'm wearing this because of you, and their wife is just like drooling on them, going, he never wears a suit and tie, but he wore it tonight, and it's like, that's exactly the attitude you want, is that everybody's just kind of in this like, I'm turned on by this, you're turned on by this.
Right.
It'll be hard for us to have sex with other people because I really want to have sex with you first.
And here's the thing too, but you feel more confident when you're dressed to, like, a higher level of dress to impress. You feel more confident. You get more excited. You're actually excited about, like, for me, I get excited to go shopping and buy the clothes and, put my outfit together. And now you're getting to do that too. You're not just going to the closet and pulling out another button-down t-shirt.
Exactly. And now I want to be the center of attention tonight and not you.
So you always want to be the center of attention. When have we ever been anywhere where you didn't want to be the center of attention?
But the point is, you're always the center of attention. So now someone's going to be looking at me, which is the point that I'm trying to make. Is not for the guy to be the center of attention. The point, only me. No, the point is that even with the theme nights, it's like if you put some real thought into it, guys, if you put some real thought into it and you say, okay, it's like it's naughty schoolgirl night, okay, and it's like, okay, so a lot of guys won't dress up for that one. They're just like, oh, well, it's about girls being naughty schoolgirls because it's in the title. Some guys will go a step and they'll be like, okay, I'm going to be a nerd or a jock, and it's like, no, okay, now go a step further and go, how about sexy nerd? How about sexy jock? Whatever.
Ooh, sexy principal.
For example, and another good example is, so we have Halloween coming up, and I don't care about spoiling our Halloween costume.
Oh.
So we're going to be Mario and Princess Peach. All right, and she's got this crazy sexy Princess Peach outfit, and I look up Mario costumes online, and they're like
goofy.
They're yeah, they are, and it's like. Okay, so how do I turn this sexy? So I went onto this is great. I went into Google and I typed in like sexy Mario costume, right? And what comes up is gay men's costumes for Halloween. And it was specifically because, I don't know, gay men try harder to look sexy at Halloween, where guys just either do something funny or
like
do
the breathalyzer
or do a t-shirt that says this is my costume or something like that, or just kind of like, I've seen that before. But it was like, and it was two guys. It was like Mario and Luigi, their arms over each other, and it was like sexy. And I'm like, that's genius. I'm gonna have to make it myself because that does not exist because nobody does sexy guy costumes. It's such a small part of the world, but in the lifestyle, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's always nice when we come to Halloween at Sapphire or wherever it might be, and we see guys that are really dressed up like, instead of being Gladiator, he's sexy Gladiator.
Right.
Or instead of being Merman, it's sexy Merman because I don't have a shirt on.
And there's glitter on him. I got to spray glitter on him.
Yeah. So. Our point being is that themes are fun. I understand a lot of people don't like to dress up in themes, and you don't need to. We don't dress up in themes all the time. That being said, I have had so much positive feedback by wearing themes recently that now I'm starting to go, guys, dress in themes. Every time there's a theme, think about it. You have you almost always know days before you go. Not always, but you do know a week if or whatever, and you have time to go online and go, okay, next week's theme is going to be Mardi Gras. So, okay, so Mardi Gras, what do I do with this? Okay, so I don't know, pink, red, whatever the Mardi Gras colors.
Gold,
yeah. So let me see if I can kind of make something sexy for that event. And what'll happen is people will come up to you and go, "Oh my God, that's an awesome costume!" And suddenly you've broken the ice, and that is how things get started. Which is the whole point of us doing this video, is because it's like it's not important, but it's like just an easier step to get to the point of actually having conversations with people, which is the hardest step that people have in a lifestyle.
Right.
All right. So if you get nothing out of this video except what I just said and looking at her boobs for a while, just. I had a point to that sentence, but see, even saying her boobs distracts me. So.
You're so.
Yeah. Anyway, and with that, make sure that you do go to www.clubsapphire.net and see some of the awesome costume events that are coming up.
Yeah.
This time of year, like I said, with Halloween and all that coming up, it's awesome. Like with New Year's, so many guys dressed in tuxedos, and she's
My
a happy.
favorite.
Yeah. But there's every weekend there's something, and of course there's other nights of the week where there's something going on as well. So definitely take a look at the calendar,
Check
see
it
what's
out.
going on, and I hope that next time you see us, or that you come to a party and you come up and say, "Hi, Matt and Bianca," that you've got an awesome costume on.
Yep.
And you said, "You guys told me to do this," and they did, and people are just like salivating over
Right.
them. They're salivating
Sounds
over
good.
you. Yeah. So. All right, anything else you want to say?
I know.
All right, you ready for tonight?
I need to go take this top off and put on my other.
This isn't the
glittery
sexy
one.
top. You got to put the sexy top
Yeah.
on. Yeah, all right.
Will you help me with that?
Yes, I will. And so will others. Fantastic. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Bye.